Meng Zhuan suddenly opened his eyes, and his vision gradually cleared. The classroom was still the same familiar scene, with students around him focused on their exam papers. The only difference was that his heartbeat hadn't settled, and it felt as though his blood had stagnated somewhere, with his pulse racing uncontrollably.
Are you running a fever? Why are you zoning out all of a sudden?
I'm fine. Maybe I was just a bit nervous earlier.
Meng Zhuan instinctively waved his hand, forcing himself to calm down. The scene from earlier felt like a deep imprint, impossible to erase from his mind. Countless strange gods, the huge golden figures, and that deep and mysterious vosumpernera of the strange. Ye Ling furrowed her brow but didn't say anything more and continued to focus on her exam.
Come on, let's work hard together and break through the limits of this exam, moving towards a new future.
Ye Ling finished speaking and buried herself back into her exam, her tone light as if the pressure of the exam had no effect on her.
Meng Zhuan gently nodded and then raised his head, scanning his surroundings. He felt as though everything around him was separated by a mist, as if, without realizing it, the entire world had become unfamiliar.
He lowered his head and looked at his exam paper, prepared to answer, but the words seemed to twist in front of his eyes. Each character appeared to float in the air, losing its original meaning. At that moment, a loud rumble suddenly came from outside the classroom. Meng Zhuan froze for a moment, then realized that the sound was not coming from inside the classroom but from far away in the sky. Boom Boma. Meng Zhuan's heart tightened, and his mind went blank. The scene in front of him became blurry again. He suddenly felt a huge force pressing down on him. The ceiling of the classroom seemed to tremble slightly, and the sky outside the window grew darker, as if an unprecedented storm was about to arrive.
What is this?
The oppressive feeling in the air suddenly intensified. The classroom lights flickered as if they might go out at any moment. The hairs on his body stood on end, and Meng Zhuan could feel the approaching force from the unknown. Bang! A flash of lightning split the sky, lighting up the entire classroom. Immediately after, the sky outside the window exploded with a massive rift, as if tearing apart the barrier of time and space. The students in the classroom screamed in unison. The windows shattered violently, and glass shards flew everywhere. Meng Zhuan's body shook, and the space before his eyes instantly twisted.
What kind of place is this?
Meng Zhuan's voice was almost drowned out by the deafening roar. He felt the ground beneath him begin to collapse, and the entire classroom seemed to tear apart into pieces. Meanwhile, that deep voice echoed again in Meng Zhuan's mind.
Meng Zhuan, fate has already chosen you. You will become the summoner of the strange, mastering the power of the strange gods, and achieving a great destiny.
As the rift expanded, a huge figure stepped out, as if breaking through space. It was a strange creature emitting golden light, with a massive body and long limbs.